After seeing park review videos and visiting Worlds of Fun a couple weeks ago, I then visited Cedar Point this last Labor Day weekend. I can tell you the ride operations at Cedar Point blew Worlds of Fun out of the water. So today I'm going to give you my opinions on how to fix laughable ride ops at Worlds of Fun. What's going on, guys? My name is Fast Action. I am a former ride operator for Cedar Fair, and the park I worked at was Worlds of Fun. I know the park very well, as is also my home park. I worked there for 2 years and I was a team lead for 2 of the 8 coasters. I operated the Timberwolf, a Denton wooden coaster, and the B&M Invert Patriot. I was a site controller for the park Sky Coaster or Ripcord, depending on where you're at. My crews were on the top of the charts when it comes to ride dispatches. I have now made 2 trips to American's Rock or Roller Coast, and I can say officially that Cedar Point has things that'll make Worlds of Fun better in every way. Now let's get into the details. Cedar Point is the flagship park for Cedar Fair, but Worlds of Fun is a bottom 5 park, but growing significantly. Cedar Point has the ride operations down to a science, and here's what I mean. Cedar Point has ride lockers. They have them at Gatekeeper, Valraven, Magnum XL 200, Rougarou, Millennium Force, and Steel Vengeance. Worlds of Fun has 0 ride lockers. Cedar Point has a standalone ride spieler, which that is a ride operator with a mic outside the exit gate, and they are ride spieling to the ride instead of the panel operator like how Worlds of Fun does it. When I worked at Worlds of Fun, I was forced to run what you would call a skeleton crew, which that means I ran them with a panel operator to load and unloading the trains. I also was sending a person to operate a flat ride. That took another crew member away from the priority of the roller coaster. Cedar Point had 4 loading and unloading, plus 1 doing fast lane and another one down to the entry directing people and checking heights. Worlds of Fun makes the panel spiel, which I understand why, because like I said earlier, they make us staff other flat rides or send our crew members to other rides and often sacrificing the ride they are coming from. Most coasters at Cedar Point run 3 or more trains. Worlds of Fun only has 2 trains per coaster except for Mamba, but they don't even use the 3rd train. As I visited this last couple weeks ago, the 3rd train was nowhere in sight. One thing that harms Worlds of Fun a lot is how the park guests act and treat the ride operators. As a former ride op there, that was the thing that upset me the most about working there. I uploaded a video a while back on how I had to e-stop the B&M Patriot because a kid jumped from the ride gate onto the ride platform. I'll link that video so you guys can watch. Worlds of Fun is heavier on loose articles than Cedar Point. Worlds makes you completely remove hats, bags, and every loose article and put it in the bin for you, which sacrifice ride operations. Cedar Point is a lot lighter because they allow you to ride with your hat and belongings. They just ask you tuck the hat in your shirt or behind you. Worlds of Fun does not have any lockers except for the front of the park. And when it comes to two train operations, Patriot is the only one that can run 3, but only has 2. Sanby Zinger has 2 trains. Timberwolf and Prowler are only capable of 2 trains. Spinning Dragons is 3 or 4, but it's a spinning coaster that doesn't really count in my opinion. No coaster at Cedar Point besides Corkscrew has less than 3 trains. That helps with ride ops too. Now, how do we fix Worlds of Fun operations? Well, here are some examples. Lockers. Worlds of Fun has plenty of room for lockers. Outside every photo booth is a lot of dead space, and they are really big for lockers. Patriot has a place either side of the picture stand as shown here. Right here on this side where the exit comes out, in between the barbecue joint and the photo stand. Timberwolf is a ride where I don't believe lockers are necessary, only because the ridership at this ride is extremely low at this point. It's an older rider here at Worlds of Fun. It's the oldest coaster still remaining at the park. It's been significantly retracked, but ridership is still low. However, they still have bins, and just like Cedar Point, they still have rides there that have bins. I think Timberwolf can benefit from having bins instead of lockers. Now, Mamba, on the other hand, is a little different. It is the most popular ride at Worlds of Fun, and I believe it does require lockers. The trains are quite big, and the ride ops is really slow at this ride. As you can see with the blurry image with Google Earth, there's plenty of room right here in the midway for Mamba. You can put lockers right here, or you can put lockers right in front of the sign and move the sign to another location on the midway. The Spinning Dragons needs the lockers the most in my opinion. The ride station is very small and can get very congested. I believe the best spot for the lockers is right here along the main midway, or on the other side of the antique shop here in the Orient section of the park. This is before Zambezi Zinger was photographed and built. As you can see, they're cleaning it out. But Boomerang and Zambezi, the only two rides that are questionable for me with lockers, only because there's really nowhere to place the lockers in a convenient way to the park. I looked and tried to investigate myself when I was there to figure out where would lockers go, and unfortunately I can't figure out where lockers would want to go here. The only thing I can think about is all the way down here at the restaurant, but that is a long walk all the way to the rides you want to ride. Now Prowler is an interesting one. There is a lot of room down here. I'm pulling my guy down here now. There is a lot of room down here to have lockers. Prowler is the second popular ride at Worlds of Fun. As you can see, there are plenty of room for lockers. You can put them in this corner right here. You can put them in this corner right here. You also can come over here and put them over here in this little tree location right here. This is a perfect location for lockers in my opinion, only because it's close to the ride, close to the queue, and close to the midway, so people can access their stuff, and it's right outside the photo booth. And the last thing that would help, in my opinion, with the ride operations at Worlds of Fun is the management there needs to stop making the roller coaster crews run at skeleton. Like I said earlier, that means they are running at bare minimum for that coaster to operate safely. The roller coasters at Worlds of Fun should be the park's utmost top priority, as they are the money makers for said park. With all this being said, what do y'all think would help Worlds of Fun ride operations? Let me know down in the comment section below. Until next time, we'll see you later.